looking for all this.
Because when we see Krishna, we forget everything like Prabhuji is saying, because he is the source of everything. Being the source, by seeing Krishna, we see the source of everything. All our material contamination, designation, whatever, just fades away. Like all our nirguna, I think they say nirguna, all the material thing just vanishes just by seeing Krishna. And by becoming close with Krishna, all our contaminations, we become so much purified. Yeah, this is like Lord Hanuman, when he came from Lanka after, finding about Mother Sita. Lord Ram was very pleased with him. Very pleased. He said, ask me anything. And Lord Hanuman would say, I don't need anything. That's the nature of a devotee. I don't know nothing. I just need service at your lotus feet. And if you see a picture, I don't know, you will see Hanuman. All the picture, he is always okay. There's a picture here. Look where Hanuman is pointing.
Here,
yes, Hanuman is always looking at service at the lotus feet. He's not asking for anything. But we have a wrong concept when we come to pray. We might ask for a car. We might ask, I have one house, I want a second house. My wife divorced with me. I need to get a younger wife this time, a better wife, All those kind of things we come and ask. It comes by our nature, we came and asking. And imagine yourself, Krishna, there is hearing us, and he's getting so many demands every day. But somebody is coming and asking, I don't want anything, I just want to be in service, I just want to serve. Who do you think Krishna will be most pleased? With all those thousands of people coming and ask, and with those one person coming to ask for service. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 7.3, he says, out of many millions who come to surrender to me, only one hardly knows me in truth. He's saying that. And he's confirming, he's saying in another verse, he said, Bahunam Janmam Ante Jnaninavam Mam Prabhanyante Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. After many millions of birth and birth, those who are wise, knowing me to be the cause of everything, they finally surrender to me. After so many lives we've taken, so many births, maybe insect, Prabhuji was saying reptiles, we evolve from Matsya, from fish, aquatic, we go, we progress, we keep asking, we keep asking, but we don't know that our nature is service to Krishna. When we serve, no matter what service, whether somebody is on the altar, somebody is cleaning the washroom, somebody is cleaning the pots, for Krishna, the service is the same. We don't, in the material world, when you go out for a job, whatever you will do, you get paid in dollar amount. Here, you don't get paid for any service, but the ananda you get, there is nowhere. You're building a spiritual credit. You don't get paid here. The more you do service, actually, the more you won't get anything material. You will build that spiritual credit until when your quota is full, 100%, like our joy is 100% full, that's the time. That's the time we leave, we go to the spiritual abode. But my comment here, yes, Prabhuji, I will pass on the mic to you. My comment today was it's important to have the mercy of a guru. To see Krishna face to face is not easy. Like Shabri, who was a disciple of Matang Muni. And the Lord never discriminates for a devotee. Shabri belonged to a clan. Like, how you call that? Cannibal. I don't know how to say in Hindi. She belonged to a cannibal family. Her father wanted to marry her when she was young and was getting so many bulls to be killed. But she didn't like that. She didn't like so many bulls to be killed. She ran away from her home and the forest, and she saw Matang Muni out in the morning, was coming to take some sticks to make fire for the yug and everything. And then every day she started, piling heaps of sticks. She herself came and left that at the ashram. Then the Guru realized somebody is coming and doing this service. Then one day the Guru saw her and was so pleased with her service. And the Guru said, no problem, come, every day you come. And the way she helped, she served that Guru. The Guru said, one day Lord Ram will come here. And you know what Shabri was doing for thousands of years? It was Tetrayug. She was cleaning the alley with a broom and putting flowers every day. How many of us would clean our heart? That's why when we chant, we clean our heart. And we put a seed of devotion like Kripa, like, how we call that, Bhakta Beach. She put a flower every day, for thousands of years. And the Brahmins who saw her were saying she was a crazy lady. But she is not crazy. This is a different kind of craziness. Craziness for the Lord is very transcendental. And one day Lord Ram came just by putting flower every day. So if you understand, this message is like, I've heard from Guru, I'm passing on to you, it's not from me. But this message, we should come every time, we should bring something. Krishna has given us everything. We should bring at least a flower. We should bring at least a fruit. Krishna doesn't need anything. Patram pushpam palam toyam. Why he said that in the Bhagavad Gita? Because any person who is poor can afford that. Person who is rich also can afford that. What is water? Tulsi. A flower, a fruit. That's what Krishna wants. Krishna wants to see your devotion. Okay, Prabhu.
Even I'm not saying, but when I read right in Harinam Chintamani by Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj, they say that each and every person should enter in front of deities. Each and every person should bring something for the Krishna. I'm telling you, right? But I read in the Harinam Chintamani that each and every person should bring something in front of when they enter the temple to offer something to Krishna. And all the time Aarti prayed when we offer the Aarti first to Krishna, then we have to put something in the Aarti, one little thing, let's say some money or whatever, but that's I already read in the scripture.
Because everything belongs to Krishna. He is just seeing our love. We are just like tenants here. We come and, like tenants, we are thinking we are permanent here. No. We are just coming like a tenant, like a transit here, very transit. Prabhuji, you had a comment?
Yeah, just I wanted to add one thing in your. See, like you ask when somebody see Krishna, what they will ask, what things, only true devotees can see Krishna, right? And when someone becomes a true devotee, there won't be any desire except Krishna's service.
Exactly. That's why I was saying Hanuman. Example I gave Hanuman when Lord Ram was asking him. He said, I don't want anything. Lord Hanuman is saying, I just want to be at the service at your lotus feet. So this is the example Lord Hanuman gives. I don't want anything. I don't want to ask anything. I just want to be in service. That's true. Yes, no problem.
After doing some service, there is an ego developed inside. How to deal with that? So people get egoistic.
See, the thing is, Prabhupada is explaining on this article that one devotee was asking, he said, okay, I want to surrender to you, Prabhupada, but I don't want to surrender to your representative. Then Prabhupada said, don't even surrender to me, surrender to Krishna. So the point here in this article, he says, we become envious, not only of Krishna, we become envious of devotees too. Devotees become envious of devotees. So if you would see, on Krishna's side there is Radharani, and on the other side there is Chandravali. This is a deep leela, I don't want to comment on that today. But actually, even though there is some kind of enviousness, but if we think in terms of service for Krishna, this will vanish away. Krishna knows. Krishna knows. That's why he gave liberation to Putna. She was coming in an envious way to kill baby. But Krishna saw him as a mother, like a nurse feeding him. That's what Lord Krishna saw. So in the months of Kartik, service is very important, like it's a big sale event. Prabhupada say, whatever service you do, you are rewarded like thousands and thousands of times. There was a mouse in the month